Hello, my name is Sean Johnson Andrews, and this is Breaking Culture. In addition to this YouTube channel, I maintain a Substack at breakingculture.substack.com. And today I want to provide a bit of video evidence for some of the claims I made in the post I published on Sunday, titled ICE Terrorists Active in North Chicago Today. In part, this is because I don't believe that ICE activities are being depicted accurately in the dominant media. What we're seeing, as I outlined there and in some of my previous posts over the last week, is a sense that the activities of ICE are focused on catching, quote, the worst of the worst and getting criminals off the street. But as I expressed in that post, and many other people who are here on the ground can attest, this is not the case, or at least not in any clear way. ICE agents appear to be kidnapping people at random, violating their civil rights, and terrorizing the communities in which they operate. There is clearly a community response to this, as you'll see in these videos. Communities are mobilizing quickly to notify one another about the presence of ICE, using whistles with a particular protocol, for instance, and taking video footage of people ICE is abducting, often asking for identifiable information so that their families can be notified that they have been detained. Before I show some of the videos related to what happened in my neighborhood in the north of Chicago on Sunday, I want to show a similar video of activities in neighborhoods a few miles south of here on Friday. I can't find any other coverage of this outside of videos shared on Twitter or Facebook, but it appears that ICE in this video had already abducted one person, supposedly a journalist. They have them in this, uh, uh, it's in a silver SUV. So they have them in the car, and they're driving erratically to get away. When So I'll turn on the sound here so you can hear it.
Yeah! Hit and run! Hit and run! That's a hit and run! Hit and run! Hit and run! That's a hit and run! Hit and run! Hit and run! Yeah. Look, hey, watch out with that weapon! That weapon! Yo, watch out! What's wrong with you? You hit it! You hit her! Yo! What's wrong? You hit her! You hit her! You guys hit her! You guys hit her! What's wrong with y'all? Y'all hit her? Y'all bust a whole U-turn in the middle of the street! Y'all hit her! Y'all on camera! Leave her alone! She ain't even do shit! She trying to go to work! She's trying to go to work!
What the fuck?
Oh, what? Y'all some crazy. Y'all got no heart, for real. No heart. No heart. She's a female. You guys hit her. How you guys gonna arrest her? You guys hit her. Man, how y'all gonna arrest her, man? Y'all bogus as fuck. You hit her! You guys hit her! You guys hit her! Whole lawsuit right there!
Believe that. I'm telling you. Don't get your issue. Keep fucking around in Chicago. Keep fucking around in Chicago. Hey, baby girl, you good. Don't worry about it.
Stop resisting!
Don't worry about it. We need that information, bro.
Bogus as fuck.
I don't know the whole story here, and we're entering the narrative in medias res, as we say, and it's possible, as ICE advocates in the comment thread claim, that the woman driving this car was in some way attempting to impede ICE officers. It doesn't really look like that, even in this video. They appear to just drive into her lane and sideswipe her. But even if that was the case, even when it was the case that she had done this, their means of arresting her are completely unconstitutional and against all civil rights norms, if not laws, of how suspects should be detained. Most obviously, there's no humanity in her detention. She's dragged out of her car, kicking and screaming, her shoes falling off in the process, and then they kneel on her to zip tie her hands. I'm not going to say that police are bastions protecting civil rights in this country, and certainly not in the city of Chicago. But if you think about the many rules we normally expect to be adhered to in an arrest, asking for an identification, asking the suspect to exit the car, asking the suspect to put their hands behind their back, telling them they're under arrest, and for what? None of this is being adhered to. There's also no accountability to the community. They threaten bystanders and leave her car, which they wrecked, in the middle of the road. And because they don't ask for her ID or even seem to know who she is, they obviously don't have a warrant for her arrest. And this is a very common practice of ICE. And not only does it likely violate the Fourth Amendment, but it expressly violates a consent decree against making warrantless arrests in the city of Chicago. And just last week, a federal judge said that ICE had wrongfully arrested literally hundreds of other people that have been kidnapped off the streets of Chicago without warrants or probable cause. Uh, so this brings us to the first video that I have to share of the abduction of one of my neighbors in the middle of the street, not far from my house. In the first video, we can see ICE similarly removing this man from his car. So you can see them pull him out, put him on the hood of their car. I suppose there's a chance that this person is one of the rare number of people that had a warrant out for their arrest, but the randomness with which they operate in the area suggests otherwise. And like in the earlier video, there's no apparent conversation about identification or arrest. They simply pull him from the car, cuff his hands, and abduct him. And in the second, we can see the ICE agents putting him in their vehicle, as I mentioned, and then driving away in his car. So I'll turn on the sound for this one so that you can hear. This is taken by the verifiers who are watching this happen. Here, the difference between what happens when one is actually arrested by the police and what ICE does is even more apparent. Instead of the car being towed by the police and put into the police compound, ICE agents just drive it out of the intersection and left it in a no parking zone, where it was later towed and then had to be traced down by the man's wife and his children so that they would have a car. I guess it's better than leaving it in the middle of the road, but not by much. In this video, we can also hear the responders taking this video using their whistles to notify the community of the presence of ICE. This brings us to one of the other major themes that shows up in both of my most recent posts and some of them before it. That is how anyone providing assistance or resistance to those ICE agents is trying to apprehend are treated by officials or the press as criminals, as terrorists. They're frequently depicted as violent extremists who are trying to attack ICE agents in an unprompted way. As the previous two videos should demonstrate, there are plenty of reasons to believe that the presence of ICE or Border Patrol agents alone is something to be feared and resisted. That not only are they operating in a violent manner, but they're not upholding the law. They are operating with legal impunity in a manner that brings terror to the community. But pretending that the violence begins with the protesters, or as I discussed in this post, punctuating the events so that ICE agents look like they are responding to the violence rather than committing it, is one of the key strategies of propaganda here. This can be seen in not only how protesters are depicted, particularly in the right-wing press, but the way the events of their case begin and end with their criminality. So last week, a producer for the local WGN TV station was violently detained in the Lincoln Square area. And so I'll play two of these videos back to back. In the first video, we can see several ICE or Border Patrol agents physically restraining her, never asking for her name or ID, and not providing any rationale for her arrest or detention. The responders, who can be seen filming her arrest, were then threatened by the officers. And in a second video taken from above, you can see agents hitting one of their cars as they speed away from this woman, with this woman and another man in their custody.
What's your name? What's your name?
Debbie Brockman, I work for WGN. Let them know.
I got you. Yep. Debbie Browning?
Brockman.
Brockman. Sir, what's your name? In the back, what's your name? Say that one more time. What's your name? ¿Qué nombre? Sí.
¿Cómo se llama?
Sí.
One, two, three, ashes. Piece of shit fascists. That's what you both, all three of you are. Hope you're proud of yourselves.
Stand up, man.
A little out of breath today, huh, fellas? Super good at your jobs, aren't you? Super fucking good at your jobs.
Take the mask down. Mask down.
Oh, you guys get that?
What's your name?
Seriously? What the?
Shortly after this video began to get traction on social media, the head of the Border Patrol asserted that this person, Debbie Brockman with WGN, was detained because she, quote, threw a metal object at Border Patrol and was arrested for assault on a federal officer. He ended his post with a version of the phrase, fuck around and find out, which is a frequent refrain MAGA supporters give for any time a protester is assaulted while trying to exercise their constitutional rights or defend the civil rights of someone else. FAFO evidently excuses not only the breach of due process and the Fourth Amendment, but even the suspension of habeas corpus. In any case, the following day, this reporter was released without charges, indicating that there was actually no evidence that she had done anything wrong. I don't believe Bovino or anyone from Homeland Security will extend their narrative of events to conclude this. In the context of ICE agents assaulting or abducting those who are trying to document their activities that I offered in the last few videos, this is one documenting another instance I mentioned in my post of a verifier who was documenting their presence on his bike, being assaulted and detained. I'll only play part of the audio here because at the end he identifies himself and gives his wife's phone number so that she can be notified of his abduction.
They're getting out. Okay. They're going after this guy who's filming them. He's out of the way. They threw his bike. They are wearing masks. They have green vests. They are putting their hands on this individual right now. They are arresting this man. Getting out. What's your name?
So in the rest of this short video, we can see them detaining him. As he's getting up, he is telling the verifier his name, his wife's phone number, so that she can be able to identify him and know about his abduction. So this is a fairly typical kind of reaction that we see when ICE agents are confronted with someone who is trying to film them. I don't mention this next video in my post, but it illustrates another instance of a Homeland Security agent telling someone they cannot follow them or film them. And this takes place in a spot that I ride my bike quite often. It's in the center of the Edgewater area where ICE agents were patrolling throughout the day on Sunday. And the reaction of these agents, once they are aware they're being filmed and the community is being alerted to their presence by someone with a whistle, illustrates the need for the interventions. For a moment, it looks like this person is in danger, but a few blows of the whistle and they get back in their car and drive away.
You keep following us, you will be arrested. You understand? You understand? You stop following. It's safe. It's not safe to follow us. We're telling you what we're doing. We don't know what you're going to do. Get out of here. Follow us.
This last video shows something I think I talk about in my post, although I'm not positive this is the instant I'd reported, where a person had 7 agents pull a gun on him. It does appear that the individual is slightly more confrontational, but like all of the other people confronted by them, he's unarmed and mostly demanding that they show their faces or leave, not threatening them. That said, the person who confronted these agents is not following any of the protocols of the groups organizing this resistance, who would advise against any direct escalation and are focused instead on making sure that people know they're there and also finding out the identifying information of anyone being detained, like the woman in the minivan earlier. So I'll play this.
I can't see. There they are. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. 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 Shit.
All right, get in the vehicle. You ever show intent to hurt one of us again, and you're going to be in trouble. Stay here. No one's touching anybody, sir. Let's go. You get the fuck out of here.
I do think this weapons drawn approach is likely to result in a death soon, but I like to imagine they will leave before it comes to that. In the meantime, I hope this presentation helps bolster the arguments that I made in my post, and if nothing else, gives you more of a sense of what is happening with ICE and the Border Patrol agents in Chicago, as well as some of the resistance that is happening on the ground. And just to reiterate, as I put it in an earlier post, in relation to the federal judge's decision I talk about here, the only criminals involved in many of these cases are ICE agents themselves, who've repeatedly violated their consent decree by making warrantless arrests throughout the city of Chicago. It turns out ICE are the criminals, not those protesting their illegal arrest of our fellow citizens. What we see in the streets of Chicago at the moment is the work of a band of terrorist thugs. I don't know how long they will be in town, but when they leave here, they might end up in your city. We should all be resisting them, calling them what they are, and denouncing any attempt to paint our resistance to them as anything other than a civic duty. Thank you very much. Thanks for joining me, and I hope you have a nice day. Please pass this along. Please spread the word.